As we hop right into her here, my friends. Yesterday in Discord, we said we are setting up for a Golden Goose long into tomorrow. Why is that? Oh, obviously the 15-minute triples that we've been covering for 3 days now, and those are coming into fruition, right? So way back here on the SPY, ES, everywhere else, we had the dump day back here at 226, right? And that's the quad we've been following now for days. That's how we picked the pre-market bottom long yesterday, and that's how we're going to do it again. And what do we see here? This is where we said in the last video, hey, we're shorting into this 50. We're going to go real long at 62 or 67.26 here in this GP. Why is that? Oh, well, here's that green GP quad we're talking about right here as well in the 15 for yesterday's pairing up with GP and prior days ago, right? Hold on, I got to click my screen brush drawing tool 7 times in a row without fail, and then it'll go. Watch. Oh, hold on. 8, 9, 10, 11. And 12, 13, 14, is it? It must be 14. Hey, 14th time changing absolutely nothing but clicking the save button turns on. Must be the key. 14. All right. Got to remember that for next one. All right. So we hit our short target yesterday, turned into a long explosion, and we're still dealing with the same manipulation long triple. So for yesterday's triple 15, I keep calling that one a quad, mixed with the ETF quad that we picked out in pre-market, we are looking at the long to the GP. That's what we've been talking about all morning. We have a couple different ways to think about shorts getting down, but right now they got to trap the longs. This is just buy the top, doesn't matter, double tops don't matter. There's no technical analysis. They forced it up off pure manipulation off a 100 EMAs, VIX, and market, so it doesn't really matter. And when we see that algo, and we've seen it at exactly 7:31 a.m. Central, and I said that's an algo switch. Buy that. It happened at 68.45.25 on your ES chart. You can go check that 1 minute. And I said that's the buy right there. Buy. So I blindly just closed my eyes, bought right there because I don't need TA, no volume anchors, no entries, no static, no orders. I can see an algo switch on a minute chart from about probably 3 countries over. So long right there. 844 pushed all the way back up to highs. 854 free as 10 points of my life. Now we are looking at continuation highs to squeeze, and it's all about the green fib. So let's rebuild it real quick here together so I can show you guys exactly what I mean. We'll start 15-minute chart. This is how we did it. Predicting the bottom of yesterday, which is more important on the daily than it was this, but this was down there. So I just want to make sure you guys understand. The whole course is dedicated to teaching you exactly this. Boom. Where did it bounce? 666. Oh my God. Got correct. Jeez. I'm so surprised. Here's our final target right here. I'll see you along right there. Hold on. Drawing tools don't work unless you click them 3 or 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. So the rotation was even this morning. A very, very nice rotation off the pickup, right? So green holds, pushed back up, comes all the way back down, holds the 423 and 3618 channel like we like to see after it has hit the 666 yesterday. So pops up, hits the absorption zones, which are always 127, 1618, comes down, confirms on the same fib, one fib the rule of them all, and the push. And this is what it did. We could have had a perfect double top scenario, and I'll show you how everything works out here. This was the absolute monstrous perfect short entry because we were double topping the 100 to come down to the 2618 to go long to the GP. But the 2618 stopped us, right? We wanted to go long after it swept the 2618, not just into the 2618. So we had a full manipulation push off moving averages of QQQ 5 minute, which we were talking about in Discord a little bit. And let me show what it tried or what it got the shorts with. Because right now we're just buying every top and just closing your eyes. We don't care about the day anymore. It's done. And this is why. 1 minute volume imbalances and gaps, right? As we noted, 2 of these right here, perfectly wide open. Will these leave both open for today? It's happened multiple times, but it only happens during news and accordance and scam. So the last time this happened, we had an exact setup like this where we had multiple gaps lower on the 1 minute chart, which we watch. Starts coming down from high day, giving you all confirmations under 100, under 200, under GPs, under imbalances. I don't care if you're a fair value gap player, a volume weighted average price player, a what are there? There's so many other ones. Histogram, volume flow for high-low fixed ratio volume. Everything showed it, right? And then the algo came down to here. okay? And then it just snapped. Usually, more often than not, we fill one gap, not both, when they're paired, which means if you go to the other tickers, we only watch 4, MES, ES, MNQ, NQ, and you note right here, we have a pair, which means gaps, same spot, same areas, MES with NQ. So the algos magnet that because it's skipped volume, skipped orders. So whoop, whoop, that was our target. Cut short, it held at it held at yesterday's close, recovering the 1618 here and snapping back. So the shorts got annihilated here. Now we're still in a short. We play with the micros, so it's like it needs to go like 400 points one way to stop us out of small accounts. And for the cash account, I'm just buying all the longs right now because it's the 0% chance of long, because that's where the algos are going to be setting up for the push ski, right? So let's go over those two moves right now. We have NQ being the major driver with ES imbalance of liquidity. So let's go first to ES, and I'll show you exactly what the open's going to look like here. So here's all that beautiful triple from yesterday and quads and blah, blah, blah. And we got a institutional liquidity manipulation order skip, whatever you want to call it. We like fancy names right here. And that shows a rejection of the 3618. And that was our favorite short. Comes down to the 2618. Great. That's one of the scalps. And as long as it stays under, like we said in Discord here, under 68.53, we are still coming down to this GP here, right? What else was there? Well, there was one more of the same exact thing right here, okay? Because that was number one. That was the one we just came into right here for that long. If we look back a little further, what do you see? We posted this as the first one we posted in Discord. Oh, there's another triple, but this one's associated with some good moving averages. I bet you this is the 666, right? Go to the right, send straight out of the course. A institutional manipulation of volume push through can be spotted with our system that we created on the golden pockets we teach in the course. So golden pocket triple, we know the orders were skipped, and I developed this right here as a max extension based on numerology and Fibonacci combined of 666. Anytime it runs into the 666 or gets close to in a range, we short down to the 423 and 3618. Pow. Ta-da. Great cycle. Okay. So we got a high-low, cycled all the way up. Now, because NQ and MES, remember, MES has gaps down here, right? Paired with, it showed us that we were looking for pops off the 2618 here from this triple in order to fail the 3618 and come down to here. This is where we are at. Now, we've seen days like this where they rarely, it's becoming actually more common now. My journal has a lot more stacked up. We used to get one, maybe a month, if that. Now we're up to about 10 days like this where the Fibonacci extensions do get pushed way out. And instead of rejecting and going back to the magnet where it's supposed to go, where liquidity is open, because we will return back in here. I don't care how high this goes in the next day or two or whatever. Trump, well, I'll see you right back down here in a few days coming into next week if it doesn't happen today. Watch. So if we stay under the 666, here's the play. Here's the trade plan, right? This is the final long right here. Target for the day. T. Boom. The GP. This is the bonus round long since we're going to force through there and we'll end up here for the day, long for the day. But how do we get there, right? That's always the question. Well, we know where it's going to end up because of algo magnets. How's it going to get there? Well, it's going to consolidate after it's already rejected the 666. It did the cycle of 3618, 423. So there is no more shorts, right? We were supposed to reject here and continue under the 3618. The algos hit the switch right here. Institutional liquidity manipulation. That's what the whole course is built off of. The indicator shows you right where it is every time, and the fibs confirm it. So we've seen that, said it in chat. I said, nope, it's toast. I'll hold the micros. That's fine. And then if we can manage it, come back down, we have to reconfirm a recycle. Okay? So recycle goes where? We hit the 100. That's our triple. Couldn't get over it, couldn't get over it, couldn't get over it. Now, as long as we hold that absorption zone, that's how we get there for the long. What's the best case entry? We reject 666, we come all the way back down, and we catch those orders we have left down here. Why in the world would it come all the way down there on ES or MES? Well, this cluster right here, institutional manipulation, all their buddies left over, okay? Shorts get squeezed out here, they panic close, They get those longs. Now there's resting orders. That means there's longs down here that didn't get filled by institutional bigwigs. So they're going to run this all the way up, trap all the longs up, and crash it back down to fill their buddies right here where they manipulated institution. It's very easy to candle read this when you understand liquidity impulse events that we created in the course. This is how we follow them, right? So for on a later date, we know what's going to happen here. That's why we just drew the first Fibonacci from this one down, okay? So how are we getting back down there, right? What's our best case scenario? The MES has a volume imbalance down there, aka 1 minute gap. Right here. So the same thing applies. We got 3 in a row. So it's a broken one, ES, and they're always a little bit different between the micro and subcontracts, but there's that 666. Now, again, the actual play, first tag metrics that I teach you guys to do has already played out. It ran up. You had the perfect first tag short. It went exactly to the course targets that it teaches in there. This is a huge percentage move. That was a silver platter 23-point move right out of the course. What's next? If it does not reject 423 in channel to come down correctly, the algorithm has to what? Create institutional manipulation liquidity, stacking no tag GPs. This is all course material. I teach how to read these. So we know when we started to see these candles right here with no golden pocket tags going through pivotal algorithm Fibonacci, it was going up. What did it do? Fucking went up, just like we said in Discord. And now the only chance we have is to get back under this double topped area of 666 and get the 1618 and all the order imbalances. This is the only shot. So I'll show you right here. This is your trade for the day. Do you see the confirmation under the 666? Is the volatility index moving up? Are you getting a downside? This is your only trade. It must stand to 6. To be fair, right here, it probably won't. This is the lean to worst manipulation trade I've seen. I've seen this play out many times because it's already cycled. Remember, it's already did it to the 666, to the 423, 2618, and it went back up. That is a cycle, recycle, continuation scam. All these algos will be left open for when they trap enough longs further up, okay? Then I'll see you back down here near 68. We'll be ready for that short on swing, I'm sure, because when it leaves too many orders, that's it. So the 1 minute gap right here and this liquidity cluster is all you got. That's all you can do. You are looking for this right here, 1618, 127. That's your range. If it stays under the 666 on ES, this is your best case scenario. I'm assuming it won't. Just assume it's going to hold the moving averages for absolutely no reason and keep pushing to the 15-minute ES targets as we covered, right? So I'll give you the over-under from ES. Same thing, same 666. I'm just going to delete all this stuff. We're just going to use the greens, and I'll tell you exactly where it's going. Well, we already did, but it's going on long. If they scam you, it is anything over this 127 to the top of that GP cluster, 15-minute 3 in a row. Right there. If it is under this, you have your chance for that short, MES, and everything else we're talking about to the downside here. Okay? This is your over-under. And again, it is the perfect short, so I just closed my eyes and went long. Simple as that. No technical analysis needed. Turn your brain off. All you got to understand is where liquidity is for institutional billionaires. That's it. So right now on cash, we've closed out 800. We have 600 open. And I'm waiting for my next 8 points to the upside for free into this final long target for me in GP that we had talked about in the beginning of the video, right? So what does that do? Well, these are all tagged already. There's no first tag metrics, which means on these green triple 15s, it's already done. Came down, held the 2618, so I am guaranteed a GP hit today. I don't like that word, guaranteed. Oh, you can't guarantee it. Yeah, the fuck I can. Watch this, because this will hold, and the guarantee is above 127. Obviously, if it snaps and you're not listening and holding a trade, that's on you. But the 127 hold is the guarantee here, okay? That is it. It's going to chop and scam both sides when it does this all the time. Liquidity institutional scam blew the shorts out of the water at the higher low because they were shorting the pop to roll. And that was the correct trade. Why? And again, now let's go over NQ, last part of the trade day here. If people could stop. Damn. It always gets messed up when people join Zoom. I got to figure out a better way or have multiple admins watch this stuff because this interrupts mid-record every time. I can't click or do anything, and I can't even do that half the time it is. There we go. All right. So NQ, and again, as we started in the first video, how do we do this one? Well, we have two gaps. Generally speaking, one gap on the 1 minute chart will fill in volume imbalance the same day. How do we get down there? Well, let's go take a peek. What are our best case scenarios? Well, these look like, because there's not a bunch of liquidity triples, we have a gap right here, but what else do we have? Well, let's go back to QQQ, right? That's what I usually do. It's just NQ 1 to 40, right? And 1 point on QQQ goes 40. Yes. Well, this one makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? So we're going to go to the 5 minute chart. I'm going to pray to the gods of the trade. Just kidding. We know what the algo's already doing. So we're coming back up to those longs. We're into the weekly GP. What do we do with this? Well, standard fibs and gaps for us. This is grade 1 shit I've been teaching for 15 years. We are over yesterday's highs. The orange dash is yesterday's highs, right? We have an impulse move, which is institutional liquidity forcing manipulation up to skip orders just to come back and fill their buddies later because you are the exit liquidity, right? Goes to the 127, comes down and holds. Absolutely no reason for a long. Chew. Long to the 127. Green fib. Quad. Open. What did we talk about in the beginning of the stream? Right here. That's where we're going. It's all long. And I said yesterday even, if we recover the 2618 of the green right here, I'll see you way up here. It's back up to the upper 600s because we hit our short targets yesterday. We called the exact bottom. Now, anything over the 1618, I'm going to swing and sell puts all the way up to the GP here. How do we get to that entry? Well, let's finish off the day. Anything under the 127 here, because again, we have a perfect short. So I'm assuming long. And like I said, I'm long right now. I'm just going to, I have no TA for this. Please don't follow this. I'm just going to buy the exact high. I'm going to buy every single push top. And because this is just the same algorithm I've seen for 15 years. And then now we have a chance to push into the 127. This is the fail point. This is where you end long, go short right here. Okay. 607, we'll call it that area. This is your only chance to take a counter trend short, okay? If you happen to dump out of the gate here and you want to chase those 1 minute gaps, which I'm saying is now very dangerous because we see the recycle in Fibonacci proving that they're going to scam those orders down there and leave them, right? And that system teaches that in there in the whole third part. So I'd already know it's going up because it 100% should not. So you just flip your bias off, right? We have everything in the world saying we're going to come back down for the liquidity events and the gaps, and we have open right above us here for GPs. So only two things happen. I'm long right here. We're going to go into the live tag of the 127, live tag of the weekly, and this will cause most likely a squeeze right here. I'm just going to run these longs up and just take the free money up as posted in Discord. I don't want you guys to follow these trades because you might not be able to manage them, but it's one of those things where, you know, it's the dumbest trade in the world, so that's why I take it, because, you know, risk management is, no, I know algos, you know, risk management with price levels. We're very different. So when you are looking at things like this, there's nonsensical moves. There's a gap and go to the upside. There's news and manipulation. It's things we watch all morning that combine our trade plan, okay? And last but not least, we have golden, we'll do it on the intraday. We have golden
order filled
fibs. Boom, target hit. Target, what did I tell you? $3,000, $800, $2,000. Told you, buy high, close eyes, no rationality, no trades, no nothing. Ta-da! And now, just got one of the orders filled. All right, for the golden, as always, let's go back to the default here and just make it a little easier. This is what you look for. When liquidity events happen in pre-market and all over in the course that teaches you how to find institutional liquidity manipulation, it's so easy for golden pocket skips. People, you'll start seeing this everywhere. They'll copy all my stuff, don't worry. It'll be mainstream soon. We have the gold, right? So that long that I'm in, that I just filled 90% on, we have literally one contract left, is set for 65.50 on ES. That's the last one. And for Qs, that would get us up to that gold as well, because when you take the triple 5 minute right here, you see that 1618 and the 127 gold of the daily will give you a perfecto pocket of magnet if it stays above the 100. On the flip side, I'll give you the flip side. She closes under this, we have a gap up. I'm shorting the shit out of this on cash on NQ because we're going to chase those gaps. All I'm talking about is the manipulation morning where the delusional longs think breakouts happen for free at 23 VIX, right? Those are the guys that we're going to take money from today. So there's 2 moves to watch, 1 level as always here, right? So that's the move. That's the confirm. Anything over the 555, we'll see at new highs up here, 127, 116, 18. If it rejects the 127 and breaks the 100, I'm shorting the shit out of this thing down to those gaps all the way down, because the long breakouts are taking all that liquidity. And remember, we just covered everything in the video. All that liquidity institutional scam is all at the bottom, and they're going to go back down there and fill those buddies up. So doesn't matter which way, it's either a pop to drop. And for you guys, your best case scenario is to watch for confirmation on ES under 68.52. Okay, just to be very clear, your best trade, I'm giving you all the variables of what I'll be trading and how it's going to happen. But for you, this is the one called trade that I would watch for the most, is this one that we talked about. Okay, don't even worry about the scam push up. Don't even worry about the, oh, we said it's going to guarantee scam up. Yeah, as long as it's above 127, 100%. But I want you guys to focus on the best case scenario under 127, because you would reject the 100 again. You would break 127, go down for these liquidities, right? We have triples down there. And again, gaps, multiple of them on MES showing with NQ showing here for 6,800, right? So I want you guys to do this trade right here. That's the big wig trade, okay? Don't focus on the fun scalps up here that can give you headaches. Focus on that scalp magnet up hitting and rejecting the counter trend, okay? And anything under 68.47, I'll see you guys at 6,800. Last catalyst for that, which I usually cover, is VIX for you guys. Volatility index is already called. Anything above yesterday's lows right here. So if it holds the 6665 minute, holds yesterday's lows, we have a chance to come back up to the gap right here, target 23. And that's that. That's the opening morning grind down. So anything under 127, this is my main trade. 68.47 and under, down. That's the main one. We have the cash fund scalpies right here. We're profited 90%. I have one ES. We are up $2,600. This is not max out your account at top of the day here, as we like to make jokes. The push up here to that GP is my last one. If it stops me out right here at the break 166, I'm still 2,300 green. Do not follow, right? So let's watch what happens. I either stop out green here, or it pops up, closes green, and I re-enter short, and I'll join you guys on the downside, and we'll see you down here near 6,800 for the MES 1 minute gap. And if you're real ballsy on the NQs, we get confirmation there, and I'll see you down at the 1 minute gap above right here at the quilt cluster right here. So anything under the tops here and a lightning flash down, maybe even PMI, right? It's all up to that green fib absorption zone right there. That's the best case watch for you guys. And as we covered, if it does lightning crush everybody above 68.50, we just don't trade it short. It's simple as that. Your confirmation is being under a level, not guessing it's going to go under that level, right? All right, see you on the next.